All right, guys. So you've been asking, and here it is. I'm going to be recording myself live, creating a Facebook campaign from start to finish, including the audiences and the retargeting sequence for your very pleasure. So this is going to take about half an hour, so buckle in. It's basically me showing you exactly how to run a Facebook campaign. All right, so just to let you guys know, this is the dummy website we're working from. Obviously, as you can see, the pixel has already been placed properly on this website. So we've got all our standard events tracking purchases um, and the pixel there. All right, so this is the product we're going to be promoting. If I can, there you go. Great stuff. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do when I, have audited the account, I've set up the pixels, and now I'm ready to create this campaign, the first thing that I do is I go and create my audiences. So what I'll do is I'll go under audiences over here. And oh, and then I'm going to create a custom audience. So I want to be retargeting people that visited this website. So I'm going to create a website traffic custom audience who visit specific web pages equals, and I'm going to drop the URL. Now, what I recommend for you guys is in your retargeting sequence, a lot of marketers tend to just put 180 days or 30 days, which is the default. And if you think about it, 30 days to be showing someone the same piece of creative over 30 days, the same message, is a little bit cumbersome. It gets a little bit, you're going to get some ad fatigue going on there. The reality is if they haven't taken action after 14 days, they probably need to see a different reminder or a different call to action or a different message. So what I like to do is I like to divide my retargeting audiences by, say, even 4 days, 14 days, and then 30 days. Or you could do 3 days, 6 days, 10 days if it's a really short purchase cycle item. And you can even do it longer if it's a really long purchase cycle. For example, if you're dealing in the automotive industry, it takes people a long time before they're going to actually purchase a car, right? So what I like to do though is just segment my retargeting audiences, and you do that by controlling the number of days. And then that essentially allows you to create an evergreen campaign. Meaning if someone visits your website, within the first, let's say we go 10 days here, within the first 10 days, they're going to see one piece of creative. And then after 10 days, they're actually going to see another message that will compel them to purchase, or an incentive or an offer, whatever it might be. And so they're not just seeing the same piece of creative over the next 30 to 180 days. And then we're going to name this. So let's just say retargeting snorkel 10 days, okay? And then I'm going to do this again for all the other days. So I've already created one for 4 days and 14 days here. And so this is essentially how you're going to do that. Okay, so now I've got my audiences. The other thing I just want to point out here is that I would probably also create a custom audience around people that have purchased. So the way you do that, and this is going to be in the program later on, but you're going to go custom combination and then event, and then you're going to select purchase. But because no one has triggered this, because it's a dummy website, it doesn't come up. But as soon as someone purchases, you'll be able to select purchase as an event, and then you can exclude them from seeing your ads for however long you want, and you're going to give them a name, people that have purchased, for example. If you've got a video that you're running as well, what you're going to do is create a retargeting audience of people that watch the video. So we've got a video, so we're going to go people that watched 75% of our video. I like to select at least one of these two, 50 or 75%, because what I find is if you don't do that, it's going to retarget people that autoplayed. The video autoplayed in their news feed, And a lot of the times those people actually weren't even watching, they didn't even care. Whereas if you pick 50% or 75%, especially 95%, but this might be quite a small audience depending on your budgets, these tend to be higher quality retargeting audiences. So let's go ahead and pick 75, and then we're going to select the video. So I'm in the wrong page now. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, I don't have access to that. So anyways, let's just select this one. And then we're going to do the same thing with this one, right? Are we going to retarget them with the same thing for 180 days? Probably not, right? So let's do 10 days. We'll go video views, 10 days. Okay, and then you're going to click create audience. I'm not going to click this because I just realized I don't have admin access to that page. So that's the wrong video. Okay, now I'm going to go into Ads Manager. And what I want to do, my funnel, so this is a snorkel mask. And so the funnel that we're going to use for this one is essentially we're going to have a video campaign, a video views campaign, and we're going to test out different audiences and targeting. And then we're going to retargeting the people that viewed the video with a link click campaign to drive them to this page. And then we're also going to retarget them with, behind that, we're going to retarget people that visited this page with 2 different creatives. So we're going to retarget people that visited in the last 4 days. We're going to show them one ad, and then we're going to be showing people that visited between day 4 and day 14, I think it is. We're going to show them a different piece of creative. So, and again, you can make this, as long as possible. So you could go retarget people from day 14 and beyond. But just for the purposes of today's training, we're just going to do 2 retargeting sequences. So really, I'm going to have 3 different campaigns in here. So just ignore these ones for the moment. But my funnel has 3 steps, so I should only have 3 campaigns in here. So the first one I want to create is video views. So we're going to go start over. And then I'm going to select my objective, video views. And let's just go snorkel, continue. Okay, great. So now if you had a custom audience, so a lookalike, this is where you would put it in here. I really, really recommend using lookalikes, but this is a brand new account. They don't have previous data. There's no lookalikes or anything here. But if you had data, like let's say your customer had already been making lots of sales, you could import that email list, create a custom audience from it, and then build a lookalike audience from that. Those are working really well. So we're going to target Australia for this one because it's summertime in Australia at the moment and they want snorkel masks. And we're going to go, that's probably okay. So we'll go maybe a bit younger here. And we'll test out men and women in the same bucket for our video views. Really, we're not trying to, split test between conversions here. We're just trying to get people to watch our video. So that's fine. And then under targeting, so this is our interests, behaviors, or demographic targeting. Now, there's some really cool stuff here, and the program will show you some hacks into targeting. But I want to show you something really, really quickly. So there's 2 things that I would do here first if this is a brand new client and we're not really sure what targeting is going to work. What we're going to do is we're going to go find a Facebook page that we think shares their audience. So let's go Australia. I don't think GoPro has a separate Australian. Okay, so essentially what we're trying to do is find a Facebook page or a business page or a competitor that we think has similar audiences than the people that are going to buy the snorkel mask. And so we're assuming at the moment that people that like GoPro are going to also like this mask. So we're going to go to the GoPro page. This is the ANZ. So I think this is Australia, New Zealand. So this is perfect. There's 10 million people, lots of people connected to it. We're going to click on likes down here on the left-hand side, and then we're going to go like. And what you're going to see pop up, voila, is different pages that share similar audiences. So this will give you a lot of ideas. So firstly, the first thing you might want to do is you might want to actually add GoPro in here if you think that's a good interest targeting. And already this is 500,000, so that's probably a really good audience to work from the get-go. But what you might see is Defense Jobs Australia. Well, you might see if that even comes up. Jobs Australia. Obviously not all of these are going to show up, guys. This is usually pages that have 50K plus. Threadbow Resort. Never heard of that one. But let's see, maybe lots of, oh, there you go. Lots of people snorkeling there. Interesting. And so this will give you some ideas. Audi Australia. Be really, really careful of really broad things where, you know, too many people are going to be connected to that kind of stuff. But you'll get lots of great ideas here of potential things that you never even thought of, like Oakley. That might be a great interest targeting to use. Never heard of this guy, William Hill Wolf, but that might be great. He's got 131,000 connected to him, so might be a good one to test out. Okay, so anyways, in our video views, we might decide to put them all together. We might separate all the interest targeting and see how that goes. But if you're running a link click campaign or a conversion campaign, I would recommend that you test out fundamentally different interest targeting in separate ad sets, simply because you want to see which one actually is working for you and which one's not. So for example, GoPro, you might put in the same interest targeting as in the same ad set as Oakley, but you might separate a resort with other resorts. And so you're essentially testing a resort interest versus sportswear interest instead of mixing them all together. Okay, but for the purposes of this, and because this is just a video views campaign, we just want some really cheap, high quality video views on our video. And we'll be able to assess the success of that based on our cost per video view, as well as the stick rate. So how many people actually stick past the 75% watch rate. All right, and here's where you can target your pages. So people connected with your events or your pages or your apps. And then under placements, we're going to remove Instagram and Audience Network. I don't like to use those ones. I love Instagram, but you need different creative for that. So I would recommend you have a square video, and it's a 4x4 piece of creative. And so really then, if you're going to use Instagram, I highly recommend you create a separate ad set so that the creative is suited specifically to Instagram. And because this is a video views campaign, I'm going to leave it all Facebook. To be honest, Facebook is just going to feed everything into mobile, but that's fine by me. At this stage, all I want is video views. I don't really care if it's happening on a desktop or a mobile because I'm not asking for a conversion yet. So I'm not sending them to my website where sometimes mobile isn't the best for purchasing. I just want a video views. So Facebook is probably going to put everything in mobile though. And then I'm going to set my budget and I'm going to let it run continuously here. And I might rename this one. So let's say we go, what was it? GoPro and then Resort. This is how we do it. And then I might put mobile or Facebook news feed, just so I understand which ones are the placements. And then I'm going to click continue. I'm going to select my video. So I've already uploaded this video. Here we go. Let's just pick this one. And I want to just... And then what I'm going to do is have my text, and I'm going to add a website URL as well. So I've got some copy that I've made here. So let's just go put this under here. This is the wrong page, so I can't actually save this. I just realized I don't have admin access to the Facebook page, so it's not going to let me create it with that page. So I won't be able to save this, but regardless, you will. And then we'll do this one. Oh, I don't know why I did that one in a separate one. That should be under my text. And then what I'll do is, this is my headline here. And then we'll go take snorkeling to the next level. And display link, it's going to do it automatically there. And we've got to pick a button. You absolutely have to. You've got no choice when you've got a video. So let's go shop now. That's the one that makes the best sense. Okay. So essentially, this is going to be my creative. It's a 4x4 video, and I can pick the thumbnails. Obviously, this is just a dummy, guys, so I totally swiped this creative. So, you know, make sure that yours is legit, right? You're not just swiping it off the web. And then I'm going to click save, and that's going to be my video views campaign. Now, I'm going to close this one because I don't want to actually run ads to this page that I don't, you know, that it doesn't even sell this product. So as you can see here, there would be your video views campaign. I've got one running at the moment, and it's spent $11 already. Okay. Now, in the middle of my funnel, I want to send people to the website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a campaign that then retargets the people that viewed the video. So we'll go traffic for this one because we're sending people to the website. And we're going to go video retargeting, traffic, and then continue. And then under custom audience, what we're going to do is select, I didn't save it. So that's right, I didn't save it. But you would select here the people that watch 75% of your videos. So that custom audience that I was showing you to create at the very beginning of people that viewed your video, you would select it here. And then you would also exclude people that purchased from you. So you would have created a custom audience of people that purchased from you, and you're going to exclude them from here. When you're using custom audiences, you don't need to select a location. So we'll leave that as is. And then your placements. Now, because this is a link click campaign, we're going to separate this from mobile and desktop. So we're going to create two separate ad sets because Facebook is going to send everything to mobile here. So let's unselect Audience Network and Instagram for this one. And then down here we would rename it Video Views Mobile. And then we're going to create a separate ad sets that is desktop. So we're going to edit that out and select desktop. Okay, so we'll go in here. Oh, I haven't selected a custom audience, so that's why it's telling me that. Let's just select that one for dummy purposes. And we're going to do a single image for this one. Let's browse our library. Oh, there you go. I uploaded one before. Perfect. And then let's just I mean, you're going to use different creative here, right? So you might say, obviously this is your direct response, last chance. Save 50%. Your website URL, which you're going to put in here. And then we're going to do shop now. So I'm going to quickly save this one because I want to show you how we would duplicate it, okay? And then I'll delete it because this is the wrong Facebook page. So what we can see here under campaigns now when it decides to load, this is our ad set. Let me go back to the campaign level. So here's the one we just created. Now, if we want to duplicate test out desktop, we just go to the ad set level. We're going to go create similar ad set. We're going to click edit here. And then we're simply going to change out this name so that you don't get confused. And we're going to go down here and select desktop only. And then we're going to click save, and it will duplicate this campaign. Great. So now we're testing between desktop and mobile. Again, you could choose to test this between Australia desktop, Australia mobile, US mobile, US desktop, whatever it is that you want to. So I'm just going to delete this one before I forget, because I will forget to delete this one. And then the last part of my funnel is retargeting the people that visited the website. So I'm going to go and create campaign. And this one is going to be a conversion campaign because we want people to purchase here. So we're going to go snorkel conversions. And we're going to select purchase here. It hasn't been triggered yet, which is why it's red. And then we're going to select the retargeting audience. So for this one, we'll start off with 4 days, right? Because we want to target people that visited in the last 4 days. Now, what you're going to do after you create this one is you're going to create a separate ad set that is then going to target people 14 days. And I'm going to show you in a moment, but what's really important to understand here is that you have to then exclude the 4-day audience. Otherwise, you're deduping that audience. You've got the same audience in 2 separate ad sets that are doing exactly the same thing. And so it's going to cannibalize itself. So let's start off with this one. We're going to choose 4 days. We're going to exclude people that purchased. I don't have that custom audience set up because I wasn't able to create it, but you will exclude them from your targeting. And because it's a custom audience, we'll get rid of the placement here. I mean, use the placement if they get a lot of organic traffic, right? Because if they can't sell internationally, then you don't want to, show ads to people that will never be able to buy it. And then what we're going to do here is edit placements, and we're going to split test this between mobile and desktop, same as what we did before. Because what you'll find is that Facebook will feed everything into mobile, and it might be a situation that your customers respond better on desktop. And then we're going to name this website 4 days mobile, okay, so that it's really easy for us to recognize in our ad set level. And then we're going to select our format, whatever that might be. And again, we're going to put our website URL. It's just and what we might, I don't know why it's doing this. Did you guys know you can actually do this? Alt codes star. You can actually put alt codes in your ads. So there's like hundreds of these. So let's say we go love it. You might do a testimonial initially as your retargeting ad. I don't know why it's doing this. I have to like manually delete it. So we'll go, for example, Sarah loves her snorkel mask. Check out the reviews and buy yours at 50% off, or whatever it is, your direct response. You guys get the gist here. And then we're going to go shop now. Okay, so obviously you're picking your creative, and you guys need to put a bit more thought behind this, but this is just to give you an idea. Now I'm going to place this order, and I'm going to show you what I mean about the retargeting sequence, so the evergreen funnel. So this is, if we go back at the campaign level up here, what you'll see is this is the last part of our funnel. So let's say, for example, rename this one for link clicks, just so you guys get a feel. Okay, So let's say at the top of our funnel we have video views, and then in the middle we've got link clicks where we're driving interested people to the website, and then we're going to be retargeting them with a sequence of retargeting people that visited our website with a sequence. So really there's 3 steps in our funnel, and here they are right there. Everything is organized, it's really clean, it's easy to see. Now under this one, our conversion one, what we actually want is we want to have a sequence. We want to retarget people that visited in the last 4 days. We want to retarget people with a different piece of copy that visited between day 5 and 14, and then et cetera, et cetera. So the way that we do that is you just duplicate this, and you're simply going to edit out the custom audience, so the ad set. And so we're going to exclude this one, the 4 days, because we're already retargeting them. And then we're going to add in 14 days. And obviously you're going to exclude people that purchased as well. And then we're going to click Save. And then we're going to change out the creative. So we're simply going to edit out the creative so that they're not seeing this ad for the next 30 to 180 days, right? You're showing them maybe a different testimonial, maybe a different video, maybe a different offer or a different incentive. You're showing them something different to compel them to purchase. And again, you're going to do that if you have even more retargeting sitting behind that. And then we're going to place order, and that's essentially how you create a campaign. This is an e-commerce campaign, obviously, from start to finish. But you start off with your audiences. You start off with so you start off with your pixel, first of all, making sure your pixel is set up, and then you start off with creating your audiences, and then you basically organize it in the number of funnel steps that you have. So I'm just going to put this back to the default what it was so that I don't leave this account all messed up. Great stuff, guys. So unfortunately, I didn't have admin access to this Facebook page. Big oversight on my end, but you get the gist. That is a total run through of how to create a campaign from start to finish.